expressing gratitude, by saying thanks for the gift of life, by expressing a sense of awe, reverence, a bit of humility, to affirm that something is not because of human cleverness and creativity and ingenuity. Some things happen because of that, tall buildings, jumbo jets, iPhones, but some things happen because of the intangible, miraculous power of God to make them happen. And at the top of that list is the birth of a baby. Whatever your religious beliefs may be, whatever you believe or are not sure you believe about the existence of God, on this we can all agree that nobody can look at this incredible child and not be filled with a sense that something impossible has happened, something beyond our ability to make happen with our own two hands. And when we come face to face with a moment of such miracle and incredible beauty, our religious tradition simply says, express some gratitude, some awe, some reverence. And in large measure, that is why we are here. Today with this incredible and beautiful couple. We are so happy. Your family is growing. We're celebrating your continuing journey of parenthood. We're celebrating family. We're celebrating the notion that none of us exists in this world entirely on ourselves in a vacuum. We come from someone and from somewhere, and we belong to someone who is yet to emerge in the world. And we celebrate that very idea, the connection between the generations at this moment of Simcha right now. And we ask the two of you, so let's start with Helena, and to please read these words of celebration.
We have been blessed with the awesome responsibility of raising our newborn son. We pray for wisdom and guidance as we teach our baby to become a caring and loving person. As you grow, may the name we give you today add meaning to your life. May the legacy of those who have come before you light your path and guide your steps. We dedicate you to Torah, to a never-ending fascination with study and learning. We dedicate you to never-ending growth as a human being capable of giving and receiving love. We dedicate you to a never-ending concern for family and community, justice, and charity. Today, we affirm our desire to create a Jewish home and to live a life of compassion for others in the hope that you will learn from our example.
Beautifully said. Thank you. We're here today to bestow a name on this beautiful child, symbol of his Jewish identity, linked to his personal and communal past, a bridge to his future. The bestowal of a name in our tradition is an act of sacred remembrance. We remember the past, we honor it, we ask that a child be connected to his past in some way, that he might take some aspects, some insight from the past with him on his journey into the future. And the name that you give your son here today is a symbol of that connection, that bond, and that's very much a part of our service. And we're here today to celebrate the miracle of the continuing story of Am Yisrael, of the Jewish people. For those who know something about where the Jewish people have been for the past 4,000 years or so, you know that there have been so many moments where by logic and reason we should have disappeared from the stage of history. We should have evaporated into the mist of time. That did not happen. Here we are, the tiny Jewish people, continuing our way in this world, continuing to make a huge impact on human civilization, continuing to thrive in a land of our own. You've got to wonder how that's possible. It's because of people like you, Jason and Helena, who want to see the story of Judaism continue in this beautiful home, in this family, and in the generation you are nurturing and enabling to take their place. That's the essence of what a bris is about. It's a celebration of the miracle of new life, of parenthood, of family, and of the miracle of the continuing story of the people of Israel. So wherever you go in the week that lies ahead, in the weekend, people ask you where you were today, while you took an hour-long break from work and went on to a Zoom meeting that wasn't on anyone's calendar. Don't tell them you were at a circumcision. You're not here today to watch me circumcise the baby. Almost none of you will actually even see that happen. You are here to celebrate the beautiful things that we've been talking about. Having said that, you are all, of course, aware that there is a physical ritual enacted here today. What I will say about it is that it happens to be our people's oldest continuously performed ritual. Nothing we do, whatever you know about the practice of Judaism, nothing we do, challah on Shabbat, matzah, sounding shofar, nothing we do has been performed for as long in an unbroken chain of tradition as this ritual, which symbolizes nothing less than our people's adamant, unyielding insistence on continuing our way in this world. And that is what we are here for today. Let's turn our attention to Daniel and Anita, who are on Zoom. And I invite you to represent the grandparents, to read the special grandparents' prayer. We pay tribute to the grandparents who symbolize the continuity of life and love and tradition in this family, and to the grandparents who have the special joy and delight of seeing the story of your family continue on into this next generation. We celebrate with you and welcome Daniel and Anita to offer words of prayer.
Thank you, Rabbi. We are thankful for the many joys that have blessed our lives. Now this wonderful moment has happened, a new life, a new child to love, the opening of a new chapter in the chronicle of our family's existence. May our grandson grow in health and happiness and become a blessing to us all.
May Jason and Helena find joy in the years that lie ahead. And may we be granted the joy of seeing our grandson grow and flourish. Then our prayer to you, O God, shall have found its answer. The days and years to come shall be for us times of peace, wondrous fulfillment, great joy, and happiness.
Beautifully said, and Mazel Tov.
Mazel tov.
Now we have a special element of the Bris service, the invoking of the name of Elijah the prophet. For those who've been to a Passover Seder, you know that we invoke and include the spirit of Elijah at a Passover Seder. In our tradition, Elijah symbolizes our people's yearning for the world to be a place of goodness and peace, and for people who live in this world to treat each other with respect and understanding and tolerance. That was the vision of Elijah the prophet. On Passover night, we invoke his name when we imagine the world to be a place free of oppression. And here at a Bris, we invoke the name and presence of Elijah because you look at this child and you realize that he represents hope, promise, and potential for what is to come yet in the future. And we invoke Elijah's name by calling on Pamela. Actually, with a little miracle, turn that seat slowly around, face the camera. Have a seat in a chair and put the baby on her lap. We'll declare this seat or chair to be the chair of Elijah. Zeh hakisei shel Eliyahu Navi zachor la'tov. This is the chair or throne of Elijah the prophet. May his memory be for a blessing. And we now turn, oh, look at that. That was perfect. Invite you, Pam, to please offer these words of prayer. You see them?
Yeah. May the world this child inhabits become a place of peace and goodness, righteousness and harmony. May his consciousness ache when he sees injustice and inequity. May he inspire and motivate the members of his generation to work with him to transform our world into the place of holiness that it can and should be. And may we, who gather here today at the very beginning of his life, merit the special privilege of living to see that miracle come to pass in our own lifetime.
Beautifully said. If you'd rise up again, give the baby back to the parents and turn the chair back when you can.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now let's turn to Stacy and ask that you offer your prayers and blessings.
Thank you. May this child be strong enough to know when he is weak and brave enough to face himself when afraid. May he have the ability to appreciate joy and the strength to weather life's challenges. May he grow to be compassionate toward those in need.
And let's ask Naomi to read the next passage.
May this child be blessed with the insight to know himself and the wisdom to be reverent and humble. May he grow to be a proud member of the Jewish people, inspired and committed to contributing to its welfare.
Beautifully said. Tears of joy. Jason.
We affirm that we will embrace the sacred and time-honored role of creating a Jewish home for our son. We will try to make our home a place where he will learn of his Jewish identity and be inspired to make his life more deeply meaningful, and the world a place of greater harmony and blessing. In the name of the Jewish traditions that we will teach him.
Beautifully said. Now it's time for the actual mitzvah of Mila. You should actually hold it here. A mitzvah is a sacred, commanded Jewish practice, of which there are hundreds that Jewish people perform, those ranging from multiple times in one day to those done once in a lifetime. This mitzvah is done whenever a Jewish baby boy is born. You've done it once already. Now you do it again. The mitzvah has two parts to it. First part, enacted over a lifetime, in which you raise this child to embrace his Jewishness. That is a lifelong pursuit, a lifelong sacred task, a mitzvah, to give him an education, to create a home for him in which he will see the thriving of the Jewish heritage wherever he looks, and to connect him to his Jewish community. Whenever a Jewish person embarks on doing a mitzvah, we offer words of blessing to affirm that that which we are about to do is indeed a sacred, special, commanded act, not an ordinary moment. It's the difference between dinner candles and Shabbos candles. So now we invite you now to offer your words of blessing as you embark on this first part of the mitzvah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hachniso b'brito shel Avraham Avinu v'Sarah Imeinu.
English if you wish.
Praise are you, sovereign of all life, for inspiring us to continue the story of the Jewish people through our Son, and welcome him into the Jewish family.
And to which we say, Amen.
Amen.
The first part of the mitzvah has been launched. Second part goes hand in hand with the first. It is not enacted over a lifetime. It's enacted over just a few moments. It's to place on this child the actual physical, tangible outward sign of belonging to the people of Israel, a symbol of our commitment to continuity. And it's actually incumbent on you to fulfill this mitzvah. You can do so if you wish. Otherwise, you could designate someone who really looked very, very hard to find parking. I accept. I've been designated as the family's personal agent to perform this mitzvah on their behalf. What I'm going to recommend is that Charles sit opposite me as the Sandek, and that whoever is the Zoom guru, would you please unmute so people can chat with each other, and then when we finish and are ready to name the baby, everyone will go back on mute.
Little tiny hands.
Melissa, we're watching Elena's Bris. On Facebook. I'm putting you on FaceTime.
You mute everybody, please.
Okay, the baby is just circumcised. We still don't know his name.
You who have
So we just stop crying.
miraculous
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, I wish you could do FaceTime. I'd show it to you. Oh, wow.
Thank you, oh God, for the
All
gift.
right.
Everybody. For the presence of God, to which we say,
Amen.
That's it. Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu, Kayim et ha'yelad hazeh la'avi b'limo v'yikarei shemo beYisrael. Shet Noach. Perfect. Yismacha b'yotzei chalatav v'yalimo b'ifri v'itna kakadu v'yismacha b'cha v'imecha v'tagel yoladetecha v'ne'emar v'var lech v'rech mibosesed v'omar lach b'damai chayi v'omar lach b'damai chayi. Yehi ratzon shizku horav legodol leTorah ulechu lemasim tovim v'nomar amen. Give thanks to God for all that is good. We declare this child's name to be among the people of Israel. Shet Noach, Seth Noah Ler. May this child who's now so small grow to be great. May his name be honored by all who will have the privilege of sharing his life. May you, Jason and Helena, tell your son that he is a Jew, that he has an opportunity, really a responsibility to try to make the world a better place, one small act of love and decency and caring at a time. And in so doing, make his own life more deeply meaningful. May you, Seth, may you study our Torah. May you seek knowledge, make a worthy and honorable and virtuous use of the knowledge you gain wherever you go and whatever you do. May you be surrounded by those who love you and care about you and want to share in your life. May you always have a simcha to look forward to. And to that we say, Amen. So now let's see. Jason.
Yes.
Here is your son. And you have a few words to say there. He may cry a bit, but go on.
Oh, come here.
Just hold right there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay. Come here. Seth. My son, you are named after my Savta, my mother's mom, Limshu Shoshana Sontag, and you share your namesake with your cousin Sophia. I have so much to say about my Savta, but for today I will keep this brief and pray that you will grow to honor her legacy. Savta was born in Hus, Czechoslovakia, and was a Holocaust survivor along with her many siblings. Recently, our family story was actually codified and can be viewed online, and I will share the link with everyone if you are interested in reading her amazing story. During the war, Savta's parents sent their oldest children away to escape the Nazis. The Jews that remained in Hust, like her parents and youngest siblings, were all sent to Auschwitz, where they perished. But for Savta, surviving the Holocaust taught her the importance of family, and miraculously, she was reunited in DP camps across Europe and then in Israel with her brothers and sisters. And afterwards, she never left their side, moving from Haifa to New York and then Florida. Seth, I hope you learn the value of family and feel that connection your whole life. Savta was also an amazing cook, and some of my earliest memories of her were at a Passover Seder. But regardless of the time of year, every meal with my Savta was a festive meal. And as all my cousins can attest, she made the best chocolate blintzes you have ever had. Savta passed down that love of cooking and feeding friends and family to me, and I plan to share that love with you.
Beautiful. Yeah. Totally beautiful. Send me the link.
I will.
Your middle name, Noah, is after your maternal great-grandfather, Norman, my papa. You share this namesake with your cousin, Naphtali. The Torah says of Noah that he was a righteous man in his generation. Papa was a righteous man regardless of his generation. He used his natural talents for writing and oration and his acquired knowledge of the fashion industry to help outfit the unemployed, protect maternal and infant health, and support education for the underprivileged, among many other philanthropic endeavors. He was a devoted brother to his siblings, caring for his sister Goldie throughout her life. He was a loving husband. His joy and grandma shone through in all of their interactions. He was a wonderful father. His relationship with his children growing over the years to one of love and mutual respect. And with us, his grandchildren, he was always joking and finding new ways to have fun and learn together. And then he'd sit down in front of the golf game and promptly fall asleep. It is a tall order, but our hope for you, Sheit Noach, is that you will emulate these qualities that Papa so easily embodied. A strong work ethic, a devotion to Tikkun Olam, and a deep love of and commitment to family. Your older brother is already quite committed to you. For those of you who knew Savta and Papa, we hope you will join us in sharing their stories with Seth. May their memories continue to be a blessing.
It's totally beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Jason and
Joanne.
Joanne,
So it wouldn't be a Lara function
There's a tissue.
without a song. And so if you'll indulge us, we'll sing a short song to our son Seth. See how this goes. Just in a moment. Let's see. I don't know where to stand.
Who's fine?
What? Okay. Let's see.
You may recognize the song. We've changed the word she to he to be appropriate for our son.
Something in the way he moves, or looks my way, or calls my name, seems to leave this troubled world behind. And if I'm feeling down or blue, or troubled by some foolish game, he always seems to make me change my mind. And I feel fine anytime he's around me now. He's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell he's been with me now. He's been with me now, such a long, long time, and I feel fine. And I feel fine anytime he's around me now. He's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell he's been with me now. He's been with me now, quite a long, long time. And I feel fine.
Yeah. Let's bring our service to an end with our people's blessing that we offer when it is a moment that is memorable and beautiful, and we want to relive it again and again, have more moments like it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Mazel tov to this beautiful family. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov and mazel tov and simon tov, simon tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and simon tov.
Mazel tov to one and all. You can turn off the mute function so people can schmooze with each other on Zoom. And
Mazel tov, guys.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, everybody.